Greetings, Earthlings! Welcome back to 7th Street.
I'm here to welcome you.
You know what's pretty fucking crazy? The fact that I haven't reviewed a Lamberto Bava film yet.
What do you think I ought to do?
Say you're sorry.
Sorry.
Now let's see, which one should we do? Well, there's Demons 2. I mean, that's an underrated classic. I could review Shock. I love Shock. You know what? Why don't we do Graveyard Disturbance? Made in 1986 as the first part of the Brivado Giallo series, a collection of made-for-Italian television horror films, Graveyard Disturbance follows the story of a group of teenaged thieves that find themselves in a sinister situation after looking for a secluded spot to hunker down for the night. Wait a second, isn't that the same plot from Lucio Fulci's made-for-television movie House of Clocks? Great. It would appear that the Italians are ripping even themselves off. The movie begins with a kickin' 80s soundtrack. Hey, don't remind me of a great movie right in the middle of this shitty movie. Our group of heroes, I guess, are shoplifting from a local convenience store. The shopkeeper here is actually played by Lamberto Bava himself. After the shoplifting, we're treated to some horrible acting. Or horrible dubbing. Maybe both.
I found out where we are. There should be a village just over that hill.
You sure?
Yeah.
After taking a wrong turn down the road less traveled, our main character's van gets itself stuck, meaning that they now must walk to find a place to stay the night. Of course, our heroes come across the only cemetery in existence to have its own pub built in it, and the pub is actually run by actor Lino Salemme, who was featured in such movies as Lucio Fulci's Demonia, Lamberto Bava's Delirium, and some movie called The Passion of the Christ. Huh. Lino, the pub owner, bets our annoying 80s teenagers that they won't be able to stay the whole night in the crypt. And if they're able to spend the whole night in the dark catacomb, our teens will win a priceless treasure that was buried at the cemetery some time ago. Of course, the teens are all up for it, and down in the crypt they go so they can run around and act scared and lost for the remainder of the film.
Keep running and hold on to my hand.
Look! There's someone over there.
Seriously, that's the whole rest of the movie. It basically follows this format. Kids stumble upon a zombie, goofy dialogue, kids stumble upon another zombie, more goofy dialogue, kids get separated and lost, more zombies, more goofy dialogue. It's like a fucking Scooby-Doo episode!
You really scared me. I thought that horrible hanging man... Hanging man where?
We'll tell you later. Right now we gotta find that ladder.
Yeah, it's difficult to see anything in this mess.
My personal favorite scene in this movie is just so strange and out of place. It feels like it's taken from a completely different movie. At about the 1 hour mark, this movie slams on its brakes to show us a 5-minute scene of some monsters sitting down to a very nice table dinner, which is, of course, made up of creepy crawlies and rotten slop. God, this scene is just so bizarre and has nothing to do with anything. The effects are pretty outlandish, but not well executed. They really remind me of that show from the 90s, Monsters. It used to play on the Sci-Fi Channel all the time. Does anyone remember Monsters? I really need to do an episode on Monsters.
Oh, yeah, right. What is that? Well, my answer is a big, fat No!
The climax of this film is, something. The kids make it through the entire night. All of them. Nobody dies, which means that they have all won the bet. The barkeeper, Lino, then arrives and brings the kids to the surface so that they can claim their priceless prize. While the kids are busy celebrating, Lino then rips his face off, revealing a grotesque monster underneath.
Kids, don't tell me you haven't figured this out yet.
I have. Can I be done now?
It's all a dream, huh? A dumb nightmare.
I am the Grim Reaper.
Whoa, okay, that was easy. Who knew you could beat death just by stabbing him in the gut? And thus the teens make it out of the catacombs alive. All of them. Yes, still nobody died.
Gay!
But they are, of course, all immediately arrested by the police, and their treasure is confiscated.
Come on, put it all in the sack.
What a twist?
Like I said earlier, Graveyard Disturbance was the first of 4 made-for-television horror flicks that Lamberto Bava directed. This marked the beginning of Bava's TV career, which ended up being his main focus in his later life. Bava would only direct 2 more theatrical films from this point on.
Let's get one thing straight. I like silly, fun things like candy, Christmas carols, Woody Allen, things
Cut
like
it
that.
short, Tina.
The script was written by frequent Fulci collaborator Dardano Sacchetti. Unfortunately, the story is a far cry from something like The Gates of Hell, and the movie suffers from a laziness that can be attributed to the script. But, to be fair, Lamberto Bava isn't exactly Mr. Quality Control himself, so it's really tough to put the blame on any one person. It's not all bad, though. There is plenty to like about this movie. First and foremost, it is fun. It's not boring at all. The art direction and the sets are surprisingly good. Mix that with the cinematography, eerie score, and liberal use of a fog machine, and the film manages to be fairly atmospheric at times. I found myself really enjoying the look of this movie.
Graveyard Disturbance is considered to be Lamberto Bava's worst film. And, maybe it is? I don't know. It's definitely entertaining. I mean, shit, if my worst film was half this entertaining, I would die a happy man. Come on, guys. Reference this film.